Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 36th episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Woohoo! Oh my goodness. Hari, today is indeed a very special episode as well. We're covering, of course, yesterday's games. And of course, we are definitely going to be talking about what happened in the Denmark and Finland game. It's something that, it started off as a bad news, but obviously, we had some good, outcome at the end of the day as well. But before we move forward to that, let me also make an announcement from our product sponsors, Planet Health. Today we are featuring the product called Mud Pack. Okay, so this is also good for your skin, guys. And if you make your purchases using our link at the description below, you stand a chance to win cash prizes up to 1,500 ringgit. Hey guys, MCO time. This is the perfect time for you to win some cash prizes. So make your purchases using the link below. So hurry, let's kick it off. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, Ram, it's our Euro edition. It's a continuation of our Euro edition. As promised, guys, we've got you covered for the entire duration of the Euros, so a good month.
Yeah.
So it's a continuation of it. We're going to be reviewing yesterday's games, but I think there's only one place to start.
Yep.
And that place is with the Denmark Finland game. And there's only one reason why we're starting with that game. The man behind, Christian Eriksen. What we saw yesterday. Today's episode is dedicated to Christian. We wish him a speedy recovery. We wish him, him and his family, the very best. And we hope he makes a speedy recovery, basically, and he's all and well taken care of. But what we saw yesterday was horrific scenes. It's the first time I'm seeing a match live where I've seen something like that happen, and I was traumatized. I was taken aback. I was traumatized. I was shaking, watching it all unfold in front of you. This really healthy, fit footballer and classy, really, really brilliant footballer as well. One of the best of his generation. To see him just collapse there, and then the medical staff performing CPR on him, which was again horrific to see. Was not a good sight. It was very, very distressing, Ram. So that wasn't very pleasant at all from the game, and like I said, left me shaking during the match. And until we received some good news, it was very traumatic. Basically, was it the same for you?
Harry, I honestly, it's something. See, football is such a beautiful game. I love everything about football, including even when you see players fight or have a go at each other. That's all interesting. But this is the part where I hate football. I hate football about this reason. For this reason, where you see players collapsing, in front of you and things like that. And of course, watching it live, as you said, Harry, that is one thing that is very horrific. I was shaking too. I was literally hoping, literally hoping that there is a lifeline, and that everything was going to be back to normal and things like that. And yes, I think everyone prayed for him, and I think God answered all the prayers by, of course, you know um, allowing him to have a lifeline. And of course, we all know for sure now he's safe, he's stabilized. So that's very, very good news. And we definitely wish him a very speedy recovery. And that's why at the back of our backdrop, we're having Ericsson. We're giving him this, we're dedicating this episode to him because we want him to have a speedy recovery. So yeah, Hari, that's also how I felt. And it's just something that we are going to continue to pray for him and to have good health. Yeah. Definitely.
No, and to be honest, until we got the good news, it was, like I said, it was very distressing that he was stable, and to see it all unfold in front of you. And I think it made me realize at that point in time, and I think it made the whole footballing world realize at that point in time, that football is just a game. There's a lot more things that are more important, including the well-being and health of players. We wish him the very, very best. And like I said, it ended with the good news of him being stable. Now we just wish he recovers quickly, and hopefully he's able to have a career. We don't know if he's going to be able to continue to play football, but that's secondary right now. The most important thing is for him to be healthy, for him to recover well, and have a good, healthy life, a quality life with his family. So that's what we wish
Yep.
Eriksen.
Yep.
It was very distressing watching the players as well, and them literally in tears, distress. But at the same time, I have to give a big mention to the Danish and the Finnish players, both the way they
Yep.
handled the situation, the fans in the stadium, the way the Finland captain Simon Kaya, I mean, and Kasper Schmeichel handled everything. You know, they made sure Simon, the captain, made sure that that he attended to Eriksen immediately to
Wife.
clear
Yep.
his airways before the medics came. He made sure that the team surrounded him and covered him from media attention. They formed a ring around him, which was brilliant to see that kind of unity,
Yep.
camaraderie that it all brought together, and the way they consoled his wife as well when she was literally breaking down and she came
Yep.
onto the field. So, I mean, all credit to the Danish players and the Finnish players, and even bigger credit for them to then carry on and play the game. I mean, I
Yep.
can't even imagine how you could do that. Emotionally, you must be completely empty at that point in time. Your mind, it's difficult for your mind to be there, but they still finished the game. So in my opinion, the outcome of the game was not important yesterday. The
Yep.
important thing
Absolutely.
yesterday was the fact that, I mean, football came out on top in the sense that they showed the beautiful side of the game in terms of how people reacted to the situation. But also, the most important thing, and the thing of most of paramount importance, was Eriksen's health and the fact that he's
Yep.
in good hands now and stable. So we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yep, wishing him a speedy recovery as well, and of course, good job to the medical staff,
Yes.
medical team that took, the responsibility of making sure that they were able to resuscitate him, and of course, take him to the hospital. So good job on that. So, Hari, do you want to move on to the other games of
Yes.
the yesterday's
So
game?
I mean, quick one. I mean, like I said, the outcome wasn't important
Yep.
yesterday for this specific game, but we still got to give a big mention to Finland.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, first major tournament, they were massive underdogs, probably the poorest team on paper in this tournament. I mean, they've literally got, I think, 3 or 4 players in the top 5 major leagues in Europe. They had Timo Pukki up front, and he was a bit of a threat, but he didn't get any supply. I thought Glenn
Yep.
Kamara in the middle of midfield was good for them. He plays for
That's good.
Rangers. But I mean, apart from that, we've got to give them credit. First major tournament, pretty much, and they beat the mighty Danes. I mean, difficult situation for Denmark, of course. But yeah, I mean, at the end, we've got to give the Finnish team credit for getting that result. And now it puts them in a
Yep.
very strong position because with them winning the game, with Russia losing the game, I mean, they're in a good position. They could probably
Yep.
finish second or even third in the group and get through
Yep.
even as a third place team, in the group. So fair play to the Finnish team.
Awesome job, Finland. I think everyone thought they were going to be the whipping boys, or
Yep.
not going to make it through. But I think having put that, setting their stone with the win against Denmark yesterday, I think they're going to grow in confidence coming into the next games. And of course, I think they could pull off some results, to perhaps go through to the next round. So
I
all the
mean,
best to Finland.
they
Yep.
had one shot literally on target and they scored from it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yep.
the game plan was perfect though. They just sat back,
Yeah.
defended. They knew what their strengths were,
Yep.
which was defending literally, and that was the only way they're going to get something out of it. And then they just tried to hit on the break, and they got that one chance. They scored. Fair play to
Yep.
Finland. So let's see if they can go any further in the tournament as well. How they go in the next couple of games in the group.
Correct. Correct. Hey.
Moving on, Ram. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. 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 Let's move on to the next game. Which game are we talking about, Harry?
We've got to talk about the first game yesterday, which was Wales versus Switzerland.
The Welsh and the Swiss.
I know you
Yes.
went for Wales to win this game. I went for Switzerland to win this game. In the end, we both had to settle for a draw.
Honors even. Honors even.
Honors even. Did anyone stand out for you in the game, Ram?
Well, to be honest, I don't think I can name anyone in the Welsh side except for Haifa. What's his name?
Kiefer Moore.
Kiefer Moore. Yes.
Yep.
Kiefer Moore. Yes. I think he stood out for me because, of course, Daniel James. I think Daniel James
Dan
played a
James
good
did
game
well.
as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Yeah, he was pretty upset coming off. But I think Kiefer Moore was the only player that looked threatening up front because he forced a save, from the goalkeeper, and he was the one who scored the equalizing goal. So I think if he was not playing in that team, even Gareth Bale was so, in my opinion. But I think Wales could have done so much better. But oh my God, the mighty Swiss, they were crazy. They were insane. You talk about the Italians, the first game, opening game, and you look at how Switzerland are playing. Uh, they're good. What do you think, Harry?
I'm very impressed with the Swiss, man. They deserve to win that game. Very unlucky to get a draw. They had a
Yeah,
goal. They had a goal disallowed as well for
it's
offside later
allowed.
on, but they were by
Yep,
far the better team. And Wales got very lucky, in my opinion.
yep,
I mean, quick mention. I thought Shaka in the middle of midfield was good. I thought Fabian Shaw in defense was good. I thought their wing backs were brilliant. Ricardo
yep,
Rodriguez on the left,
yep.
Mbapu on the right. But the standout player, my God, this guy deserves a move in the summer, a big move in the summer.
Ooh,
Breel Embolo, guys.
yeah,
Breel
Bril Embolo,
Embolo. It reminds me so much of Lukaku with his
Lukaku.
physique, the way he moves, the pace he has, the power he has to brush people aside, and
Yep.
players were bouncing off him. He was fantastic in that second half. He was outstanding the way he
He
played.
was unstoppable, unplayable, man. He was insane.
Brilliant. He was like a
Totally
one-man
insane.
army in that second half. So I mean, he deserves a big move based on that performance alone. I think he's going to be an outstanding player, Breel Embolo.
Interesting, the Swiss are also famous for their Swiss cheese. The way he went through defenses like knife was slicing those cheeses away.
Knife
He
through
was
butter
that
and
good.
cheese.
Knife through butter and cheese.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
goodness.
No,
Oh
but
my
also,
goodness.
also, also, credit to Sherdan Shaqiri. His corner, Liverpool man, his corner whipped in brilliantly, and Embolo
Yep.
scored. But I mean, he was
Yep.
outstanding. So for me, the standout player was Embolo. The Swiss, I think, will progress out of the group, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Because I thought, I mean, watching the games, Italy, Turkey, Italy is a standout team. Wales, not very good. Turkey, not very good. I think now, based on the performances of the first game, Italy and Switzerland should progress or will progress because Switzerland look a really good outfit.
Hurry, just a quick question I have in mind.
Mm.
So now the Welsh, of course, they have a point now. Okay, so the group is wide open, of
Yep.
course. I mean, what do you think Wales have to do next? I mean, what do they have to do to win a game? Because clearly showed, from last night's game, they didn't have the bite between their teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they're capable of getting a win against Turkey. If Turkey play like the way they played against Italy, I think they will improve the Turks. But if they don't improve, then I think Wales could get a result and a win from that game. I don't see them
Mm-hmm.
beating Italy. I don't see Switzerland beating Italy, although they might give them a bit of a fight, but I don't think they'll beat them. Either the Italians are too good. But I personally, based on the first performances, I think Italy and Switzerland will progress from the group as 1 and 2, and then it'll be down to
Mm-hmm.
Wales maybe getting a third spot or Turkey getting a third spot to see if they can go through that way. And I think it also depends a lot on which Turkey we see next, because if it's based on that first performance, they were extremely poor. But
Yeah.
if they turn their game on, then they might be a threat. We'll have to wait and watch.
Well, they better turn the game on to give viewers, a good run for their money, because we want to see a lot of these teams, when they lose a game to win again and to create that sort of difficult competition that group. I think it will be
Going
very
into the final
exciting.
group game, yeah, to make it
Yep,
exciting in
yep,
the final group game. But yeah, I mean,
yep.
moving on, Ram. What about Belgium and Russia, the last game of the night? What were your
Mhm.
thoughts on that game, man?
Honestly speaking, Hari, when I realized, okay, it was Belgium playing against Russia, I thought it was going to be a cagey affair. Russia, of course, Russia playing at home in St. Petersburg. I thought they were going to have a bit of an advantage, controlling the game, controlling the tempo. But end of the day, it was a walk in the park for Belgium. From the get-go, they were just so dominant. And of course, the man, Lukaku. Oh, my goodness. Time and time again, no matter what people say about him, no matter what the critics say about him, he always stands to prove them wrong.
Do you regret on that topic? Do you regret Man United selling him now because he looks like one hell of a striker now?
Well, I've always loved Lukaku. When he was at United, I wasn't very happy when they sold him off.
Hmm.
For whatever reason. So yeah, man. If you ask me how I feel, yes, of course, I wish he was still in United. But hey, kudos to him because now that he's in Inter Milan, he's become a much better player. A much more all-round player. He was the one dictating the game for Belgium yesterday. Remember, hurry, no Kevin De Bruyne. Of course, Eden Hazard came on a bit later. Uh, so it showed that Belgium had so much depth in their team, even without their talisman, Kevin De Bruyne, and they can still pull off a result. And what a great goal, in the first goal by Lukaku. And of course, going up to the camera and telling and giving his tribute to Christian Eriksen, saying, Chris, I love you. That was so nice to see. That
Brilliant,
was
brilliant to
just
see.
amazing. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Ari, on that?
Yeah, I mean that was brilliant by Lukaku. That dedication to Christian. I think everyone, I mean everyone feels for him. and everyone wishes him the very best. So yeah, I mean that was brilliant to see. I thought, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't as impressed with Belgium as well. I think they were good, they were solid defensively, and then they hit on the break, and they were good in key moments with key players. I thought Lukaku was brilliant, very sharp. His finishing was very sharp. I was also quite impressed with Tielemans. Yuri Tielemans, I thought was good in midfield. And I thought Yannick Carrasco was really good on the left.
Oh, he was good.
He was very good down the left. So I thought he was brilliant as well. And then Munier was good. He came on as a substitute, Munier.
And he scored the goal, yeah.
He scored a goal, and he set up Lukaku's last goal as well with a through pass. So he was also very he had made a great impact as well yesterday. But I thought it could have been a closer game because Russia were playing at home. But their game plan went out of the window in the 10th minute when their own defender literally miscontrolled the ball and gave Lukaku a tap in. And I think that destroyed the game, because I think Russia's game plan was to defend and then play a long ball into Artem Zuba. He wins the first ball, and then Alexander Golovin, who I think is a brilliant player, and he was good yesterday as well. But he is a brilliant player for Monaco, and he was just right behind Zuba. So I thought the idea was they were playing long balls to Zuba and getting Golovin to feed on the second ball right behind him to cause danger. And that was their game plan, but it went out of the window the moment I think it was Semenov, the defender, gave the ball to Lukaku to score the opening goal. And then they compounded it by a second mistake by the goalkeeper when he parried the ball straight to Lukaku. And so to Munier to score the second goal. And then there was no way back once it was 2-0, you see. So I think I'm still reserving my judgment on Belgium, because I don't think they were outstanding yesterday. I think Russia gave it to them, and then after that it was easy for them because they had a 2-0 lead. They could control the ball, control the game, and Russia's game plan went out of the window. So Russia weren't very good in that first half. I thought second half they improved when they changed the formation. But I mean, once they were 2-0 down, it was game over. So I'm still reserving my judgment. I'd like to see what they do in the next game, Belgium. But I've got to say, Lukaku looks really sharp, and he's my early pick for Golden Boot winner because he looks extremely sharp.
Extremely sharp. 2 goals on the night for him. He's, of course, leading a pack of goals, in the tournament so far. Of course, more to come, I'm sure. But Hari, I do want to say this. During the game, the commentary team actually mentioned that Russia's manager, he has this reputation of not really sticking with the youngsters. He prefers more of his experienced players. Always sticking with that. Do you think was also due to the lack of pace, lack of how do I put it, young, fresh blood, raw talent? That was the reason that probably cost them the game.
I'm not a big fan of the manager. He did well for Russia in the last World Cup when they hosted it. But also they were driven by home support, and I mean they were good. They were good in that tournament. But he's only got one way of playing. And that one way of playing, he's only got one plan A, which is to play on the counter, to play a long ball to Zuba, and then for players to feed behind him. That's the way he plays. The thing was that didn't work yesterday, because once they conceded a goal, that plan was out of the window. So I think he's got to be more innovative in the way he wants the team to play, more progressive, as opposed to just playing the long ball game. Because I think Russia have got some talented players. He needs to trust in the players more. And I think, he doesn't do that enough. So that's my opinion, but I mean, who am I?
Absolutely. But we are glad that we got our viewers in, for all 3 games, yesterday. And of course, coming up, tonight will be quite interesting. So a quick one, Harry.
Big time. Quick predictions round. England, Croatia.
England 2, Croatia 1.
I'm going for a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Croatia will get a draw in the game. Second game is Austria, North Macedonia.
Okay, Austria, not. You go first, sir. You tell me your prediction.
I tell you what, this one's tricky. North Macedonia beat Germany recently, even though they're underdogs. They beat Germany recently. I'm going for North Macedonia, actually. I think they'll spring a surprise. 1-0 North Macedonia.
Harry, after seeing, all the games so far, I think I'm going to agree with you on that. I think I want to change my mind, because I picked Austria the last time.
I did as well,
discussed about this. I think I'm going to go with North Macedonia as well. 1-0 maybe, a close game.
And the last one, a brilliant game, Netherlands versus Ukraine.
Netherlands.
I tell you what, this one's difficult. I'm going with Ukraine. Ukraine were unbeaten in qualifying, getting into the Euros. I think they've got the bit between their teeth. I fancy them to get a result. And I'm not a big fan of the Netherlands under Frank de Boer. So Ukraine to win it 2-1.
Okay, let's see,
All
Harry.
right.
Let's see. Interesting. Of course, guys, give us your thoughts, comment down below. Tell us what you think, your predictions, and of course, what do you want to see moving forward from us during this Euro edition as well. So, Harry, are you ready to sign off from the plot?
Yes, man.
Okay, so before signing off, quick announcement once again from our product sponsors, Planet Health with the mud pack. You can get it, purchase it, of course, using the link at the descriptions below and stand a chance to win cash prizes up to 1,500 ringgit. Enjoy. So signing off from the plot, guys. This is the show for the
By the
fans.
fans.
Euro, Euro,
Euro,
Euro,
Euro,
Euro,
Euro.
Euro, Euro.